a good start to the practice week. I thought they came back today focused and ready to work, and I thought it was a productive practice. So we have to put a few more of those together and have good meetings, and then we'll be ready to go on Saturday at noon. We're excited to be back at home, and it's our first game with the full student body in session. So that should be exciting for our kids, and hopefully exciting for our fans. So.
Out here in practice, tackling a little more?
No, not really. Just, we've really, the last few weeks, just emphasized, swarming the football. We kind of changed the way we practiced a little bit in terms of the number of reps, and just trying to get an emphasis on swarming to the football defensively. It was a little more physical today, but it wasn't by design. I think it was just that, I think it was good. I think it just showed that they're serious and focused about rebounding from a tough loss.
The young offensive line going up against this front, what do you have to do? Is it something where you almost have to simplify a little bit, or is it?
We're pretty simple.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could simplify much more.
But
I think it's just, what it is? I think it's more than simplifying the scheme, it's emphasizing playing with great technique, and not getting yourself in bad position because you use poor footwork or your hand placement isn't good or your eyes aren't good or your communication's off. Giving yourself a chance. You know what I mean? By using good technique. I think that's the most important thing for our guys, and just executing as one. Those 5 guys, going against their 3 really good, or 4, depending on how they're lined up, defensive linemen.
That get tough. With playing a more veteran defensive line, they've obviously had more years to work on technique and a little more savvy. How do you get younger guys up to speed that fast?
You just do the best you can in practice, working them. You emphasize the fundamentals. What you try to do is not make it too big for them. I think sometimes you can overcoach in terms of emphasis on the other guy rather than emphasis on yourself. So, I think Adrian does a really good job of bringing it back to our fundamentals, our technique, our calls, playing the way we're supposed to play, not making it so much about them. Because they are really, really good, and you're right, they're veteran. And like I said yesterday, you watch the nose tackle playing, you think you're watching a 5-year NFL vet. That's how good he is. And we can't worry about that. We have to take care of what we do and do it as best we can. I think that's the way you have the best chance to succeed.
How's Brendel look making the line calls?
He's good. He's improved, and it helps him to have Jeff in there, because if something isn't exactly right or he doesn't see it exactly right, Jeff's right next to him. And you'd be amazed. Like a lot of times in the secondary, because those are the 2 places where you have the most communication, the offensive line and the secondary. And in the secondary, you can see it. You can see it when you watch a game. It's hard to see what's going on with those 5 guys, but the communication in the front is amazing, and it's intricate and it's detailed, and it changes all the time. And when you're playing an offensive or defensive front like theirs, where they do move around a little bit, as the ball's being snapped, your call could be changing. And so those guys really have to be in concert. And when you're a veteran offensive line, that's easy because you've worked together so long. When you're young, it's just, in that split second, if you don't quite get it, you're beat. But having Jeff in there helps, because at least, we're a little bit quicker with the calls. So it's a real challenge. It's a great, hey, it's what it is. It's going to help us get better.
You talked about trying to find the right mix and match of personnel. How tough is it to change guys at this point in the season?
I think it depends on the position. I think positions that depend on real cohesiveness, like the offensive line or the secondary, is pretty difficult. Probably the offensive line is the most difficult. The other positions, you can kind of plug guys in and get through it. The offensive line, it's tough. They have to work in concert on every single play. Like even in the secondary, when I was talking about communication, they're 4, 5, or 6 individuals, doing their separate things. And but on the offensive line, it's one. So that's tough. Other positions, I think you can do it.
Would that make you more hesitant to move on the offensive line?
Well, there has to be a move to make, first of all. You know what I mean? And like I said yesterday, I think that we're playing right now with the 5 guys that give us the best chance to be successful, as we see it. And so we're going to stick with those guys, and we're going to keep working hard to get them better and playing as one. And you see improvement. It maybe wasn't evident in the game on Saturday night, but you see it out here, and what we have to do is just get it to translate more consistently to the field on Saturday. That it?
Congrats.
Okay. Thank you.